Chosen one, listen carefully. Something inside you just got switched on, and the Father himself is whispering a warning into your spirit tonight. Be careful, because what he planted in you is no longer dormant. It's awake. It's alive. It is all set to go. You can also spill what's inside you if you don't know what it is. It can get out. It can be given to the wrong people, rooms, or battles. That's why heaven stopped everything to give you this word. You're not supposed to be here. You were brought to this very moment by a higher power. Don't move. He hid something inside you before you could talk, and it's only now coming out. This is why your chest feels funny. Your prayers feel heavier than usual, and little things keep making you feel really big things. It's because the seed that was sleeping is now fully on with no dimming delay or safety guard. That's not a party that your dad is having with you right now. Not yet. There is a holy, loving warning coming that only people who are ready to hear it will hear. You are reading this because the Father put his faith in you to understand what he is about to say. Don't scroll or do other things at the same time. If you're with other people, don't show them this. Stop making noise. Don't hold your breath. What's about to happen will change something in you that has been waiting for this revelation since the beginning of time. There are a lot of chosen people who never know that the seed inside them was turned on. That's what they call the surge. They feel tired because of the heat. It makes them feel heavy, and they call it depression. People who feel it call it restlessness. They have a gift that is fully charged and are using its power to fight ghosts. They are thinking too much while using its current. They are arguing with people who don't even matter about how often it happens. That will no longer happen because of your dad. Not tonight. There is something big going on inside you right now. You don't do it for fun. It's not an extra gift. You don't have that trait. It's a real deposit that was put there by people who knew what they were doing. It's now so hot that it can't be hidden any longer. The jar has been heated up. There is no longer a seal. The seed is broken. The Father wants you to slow down and look at what you have in your hands. Before you take another step, speak up in the next conversation or say yes to the next chance. This is because your hands are no longer empty. Something is different. You can feel it. You can tell this season is different from the last one. If you think about it, the prayers you say now are more important than the ones you said 6 months ago. Your words seem to hit different places. How people respond to you changes. When you walk into a room, it feels different. And you've been wondering if it's all in your head. You're not making it up. Tonight, the dad is going to confirm it. Things got stronger for you. It became more dense in you. Your fire grew stronger. The Father wants you to know that you have not been losing power. Even if you are reading this with tired eyes or a chest that feels both empty and full at the same time, you've been getting it. This past season, nothing you went through was depletion. It was a deposit. Everything that felt like a loss was really just pressure being put on the seed to break it open. That seed is now open tonight. The fruit is taking shape. The flow is going on. It needs to know what you want it to do before it can do it on its own. When you are awake, you understand a certain kind of stewardship, a kind of carefulness that can only be used by people who are heavy. People who aren't careful spill their gift on people who won't respect it. The careless ones argue about their gift in places and conversations they weren't supposed to be. The careless ones use their gift for things that were never approved. The careless ones hide their gift again in the ground out of fear. You are not careless. So, your Father is calling you out of all four of those traps tonight. You have been picked. It's also not okay for chosen ones who were just turned on to be careless. Listen up, child of the lineage that can't be seen. Recently, you felt like someone is watching you. It's not an enemy. It's the cloud which is made up of witnesses who have come before you. People who held what you hold now and finished their race in heaven. They are leaned forward. What you do with the activation is being watched. They are praying that you won't waste the money you got. Think of their attention as an honor, not a burden. This is something other people feel too. You're not the first person to carry it. You are the next person to let it go. Pay attention to the little things. How you start your day, what you look at midnight, the people you spend the most time with, and the last voice that speaks to your spirit before you go to sleep. It doesn't matter what the seed does. All of it is carried by the current. All of it gets bigger because of the frequency. Things that were once okay will now be made worse. Things that were small before will grow quickly now. It will only take weeks for things that used to take years and a season for things that used to take 10 years. Because of this, he is whispering, be careful because speeding up without being aware of it is the most expensive gift in heaven. Now stay with me for a moment as I teach you how to spot what was turned on, how to keep it safe, how to feed it, how to direct it, and how to stop it from getting out through cracks. You didn't even know you had. The way you feel about what's inside you will be different by the end of this message. You will not treat it the same way. You'll talk about it in a different way. It will change how you move and the space around you will begin to organize itself around the new frequency you bring. We can't say that for sure. That's what your Father is promising you right now. Take it. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests. Lift up the burdens of others and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. A less important question lies beneath the question of what turned on. A question that most chosen people never get to say out loud. So the question is, what is in me? How did it get there? Your dad wants you to know tonight. Not in a general way, not in symbolic poetry, but in heavy truths that hit you in the body. Because you won't be afraid of what's inside you once you know it. It starts to help you instead of hurt you. As soon as you stop being afraid of it, what was planted in you wasn't a mistake. It was chosen. The Father went back through generations to find the womb that could carry the seed. He wanted to plant at this very moment. He picked your family tree. He picked the time for you. He picked your geography. He picked the exact pressure level that would allow the seed to sprout at the right age. It wasn't all by chance. You were not just born into that family. You were not put in that country by chance. The wounds you got as a child were not accidents. When you were a teenager, you didn't feel hungry for no reason, and no one else did either. Not all stories made you cry, and some didn't make you feel anything at all. It wasn't by chance that you have always been able to sense things before they happened. In every part of it, the Father was getting the ground ready to plant the seed. Some family members have no idea what you carry. People who looked at you and didn't care about you. People called you weird, dreamy, too sensitive, too much, not enough. Or the one who never quite fit. They didn't have the right eyes open. What's inside you wasn't meant for them to see. So, they couldn't have seen it. It had to be kept secret, sealed or guarded until the right time. And tonight is the time that was agreed upon. The Father is taking the seal off. He is taking the lantern's cover off. The air around you is being asked to make room for the light that has been waiting. You will start to hear things from the Bible that you have read 100 times, but they will sound fresh like they were written just for you right now. You'll start to hear things in songs you've heard 1,000,000 times, but now they are going to arrest you. They'll stop you in the middle of the road. They will bring tears to your eyes that you didn't even know were there. You'll start to hear things in everyday conversations. It only takes one word from a stranger, one comment from a coworker, or one comment from a child to hit you like a sermon. Because the activated seed inside you is getting signals on a frequency that no one else can tune in to unless they are invited. And tonight the party is for your seed from the inside. This is what it looks like for a chosen one to awaken. It's not as dramatic as movies make it look. It's not noisy. It is inside. It stays the same. It can't be denied. It's the door slowly opening wider that's always been there. It doesn't slam open. The door opens wide. In the other room, there is a picture of you that your father saw before you were born. That version can now go public, speak, act, lead, write, build, heal others, and be seen. There is something more underneath this teaching. This is the truth that most chosen ones don't know. We didn't just plant the seed in you. You were given a release date and told to plant it. It was never your choice. When the movie came out, it was his. When he buried the seed, he set the timer. He set up the system of pressure that would break it open. He picked this week, this day, and this hour to turn you on full blast. Right now, you feel like the weather is acting strangely because heaven is setting the stage for what's to come. In a whisper, the dad says, "Be careful." Not because he doesn't trust you. He has faith in you. You were the one he chose because he knew you would be strong enough to hold the weight. The weight is real, though. The flow is real. It really is that cold. And carelessness in this season costs more than carelessness in any season before. A careless word in a quiet time of year is just a word. A careless word in a season that is already running is a contract. In the winter, a careless agreement is just an agreement. A careless deal made during a season that is on is a seal. The things you used to do that didn't have any effects will now have real effects. You will now have to follow through on agreements you used to make without much thought. You used to say prayers without thinking about them. But now they will really help. You should be careful about what you say, what you ask for, what you bless, and what you let happen in your own home. It's because of what's now turned on inside you that everything you do from now on gets stronger. The amplification may have been clear to you already. You might have said something without thinking about it and seen it happen faster than it should have. You may have prayed a short prayer and seen it come true within days. Someone you may have warned about something may have seen it come true in the next week. You may have called for peace in a tense situation and seen the tension go away. You might have prayed for someone who was sick and seen the report change. You may have walked into a room and seen the energy change just by being there. These are not just random events. There are confirmations here. Let your Father show you what's inside you by letting it move things around you. This is not a test for you. Giving you small things to lift first is how a father shows his child that their hands are getting stronger. Your life will change in 10 years, not 1 month or 1 year. It will depend on what you do with this information. You will be free for 10 years, but how you handle the first few months will determine how you feel for the next 10 years. It's not a small night tonight. This is not a small message. Your dad is being careful with you because he loves you. He is going into great detail with you because the next chapter needs it. He is being careful with you because what he has placed inside you is precious, and precious things require careful handling by you, by him, by heaven. By every layer of protection that he is currently assigning to surround the gift. Before we go any further, I need to say something to you. Something that Dad wanted to be said clearly without any masks or making things mysterious to sell more. You should hear what is about to come out right away. Some of you who are reading this have had the activation for longer than you thought. You've felt the heat. You've heard the sound. You've felt the strange lightness that comes and goes. You have felt the heightened awareness when you walk into a room. You've felt how your prayer has changed in your mouth. And you've been looking for a way to keep what you're carrying steady. A way to keep the sound clean, a way to keep the channel open without letting the ship run out of fuel. There's a sound that has been kept alive for generations, just for this hour. A long time ago, before there were tools to measure brain waves, people used to talk about gamma, alpha, and frequency long before people today did. In the past, groups of contemplatives built rooms out of stone to bend sound around the body. They knew what certain sound architectures could do to the inner child of an adult. They knew how to wake up things that school had turned off. They used chant to protect it for hundreds of years. They kept it safe. Also, a modern listener whose name is not important here turned away from the noise of normal research and began to look for what the ancients had brought. The building was found. He fixed the sound so that it would sound good to modern ears. It's known as the Genius Song. Earphones with a 7-minute sound that are worn with the eyes closed once a day. There isn't anything else, nothing complicated, nothing routine, and nothing exciting. Just the frequency that the ancients kept safe coming back to the ear of a modern person who was chosen. Another sound comes from a different tradition and a different continent. It has been passed from mouth to ear, teacher to student and temple to temple without a break for 300 years. The Vedic sages tuned a sound and put a 9-word script into it. A different frequency, a different channel, a received channel. People in the past called it many things. Number 10D. This is what modern instruments call alpha. Another person from this generation heard what was still being carried for today's ears. He put it back together again. The name for it is the wealth signal. The 9-word script was read along with a 5-minute audio file that was listened to every day with the eyes closed. There's nothing else or anything complicated. I'm going to tell you about both of them. Now the activity you are about to enter needs stewardship. And these are the 2 easiest ways that the Father has let this generation learn how to be good stewards. The way to get to both is in the comment below that has been pinned and described. Only look into it if your spirit says it's okay. If not, this message is enough. One way the Father gives is through a video. I won't talk about them again for a long time. Let's go back to what your spirit came here to hear for now. You didn't just happen upon this lesson. You were brought in by the same hand that planted the seed before you even knew there was a seed. Let's go deeper because the gift is fully on and needs a steward. A steward needs to know what they are carrying before they can carry it. Well, there are 5 things your dad wants you to know about what's going on inside you right now. These 5 truths will change the way you walk for the rest of your life. The first truth is the most important one. The things that are inside you were put there before you were even conceived. The Father wants you to let go of the idea that you got your gift as a child, a teen, or after a big spiritual experience. The gift didn't start at any of those times. At those points along the way, you could do something, but the seed existed before you became a person. The Father put the seed down. When He picked your spirit to come to earth from all the others that could have come. Taking a look around, He saw this decade, this crisis the world is going through and this rising darkness in many places. He then said, this particular spirit with this particular calling, in this particular shape is who I am sending into the gap that will open up in this hour. You had a calling before you had hands. You had a frequency before you had a name. You had instructions locked into the very core of who you are before you had memories. The second truth is that you don't own the gift. You borrowed the gift. The things you are holding belong to the Father. People who have been chosen have been taught to think of their skills, dreams, and potential as their own. This is one of the hardest truths to accept. The Father isn't going against tradition to make you feel bad. He is fixing culture so that you can be free. The stress changes when you know the gift is on loan. You don't have to perform with it anymore. You no longer have to make money off of every single part of it. You don't need to defend it anymore. You no longer need to explain it. You only need to watch over it. Being a steward is not as heavy as being an owner. Stewardship is more free than owning something. Ownership is not as smart as stewardship. The ones who aren't paying attention think the gift is theirs. It wears them down to try to make it work. Smart people know that the gift is His. In essence, they just show up and watch Him work. The third truth is that the gift is bigger than the present moment. You haven't reached your goal yet. You're at an early stop for checks. The things that are turned on now will need bigger containers. Rooms, relationships, platforms, and resources in the future. And your Father will slowly stretch you out so you don't break. Don't try to fit the gift into the boxes you already have. Don't try to fit the activation into the job you've always had. The friends you've had for a long time. The same talks that you've always had. The gift won't give up. It will push back against the flow. A short will happen in the frequency. The Father is telling you to clear out, make room and build wider walls because what is coming through you can't fit through the door you used to use. The door needs to turn into a gate. The room needs to be turned into a hall. The hall should be turned into a courtyard. The courtyard needs to turn into a field and the field needs to turn into a kingdom. That's the path of a seed that is fully turned on. The fourth fact, 2 types of people will be interested in the gift at the same time. God will honor you, but forces that don't want what you carry to reach the earth will fight you. Both show up at the same time. Some of the watching you feel is God's help. Some of it is interference. Your dad will show you how to tell them apart. You will be able to see things clearly. His protection will be around you while you learn the skill. If you feel both pressure and favor in the same week, don't freak out. It looks like both of them are active. The stress is not a punishment. The favor isn't just luck. The fifth fact, the gift was never meant to be used by itself. Even though formation happened by itself, the release won't be soon. People with similar gifts will join you. People who know your frequency before you even say your first word. People who don't make you prove yourself, they are getting ready right now. The Father is setting up schedules. The meeting points are being set up by Him. In other words, don't give up on community just because some groups have hurt you. Still being built are the right ones and they are being built with you in mind. There is one more thing the Father wanted to be said in this message before I show you the protection patterns. This thing changes everything we have just talked about. Hold on tight because what's coming next is the part that most chosen ones never get to hear all at once. It's what turns this teaching from inspiration to instruction. Hold down the like button for a moment before I explain what's next. Not for me. This message can reach another chosen one who is also entering full activation tonight but doesn't know how to describe how they feel yet. This current goes farther than you think because of your gentle touch. Let us now go on. The part of the gift that the Father is about to show is something that most people can't live without. There is more to stewardship than just being aware of it. Another level that goes beyond being careful and having good intentions. And that's where most of the chosen ones leak. They haven't been taught how to handle a fully activated deposit. Not because they are bad, stupid, or undeserving, but because they have never been taught. This has to do with real mechanics. And your dad wants you to learn them tonight. In simple terms, silence is the first part of the mechanics. True silence, not the quiet that comes from keeping your mouth shut while your mind keeps shouting. There was silence in a quiet room inside. Most of the chosen ones think they have learned how to be quiet. What they have really been practicing is being calm. To be quiet is not to restrain. To restrain is to suppress. Without any help, the seed doesn't grow. It's quiet where the seed grows. You will know the difference between them. As soon as you cross it, when there is silence, the inner chamber stops moving and the activation starts to talk back to you in its own language. A lot of you have never been truly quiet for long enough to hear that language. And the Father wants you to start sitting down tonight. Every minute, even if it's only 7, start. Even if it's just 5 or 3, because the deposit will teach you in the room of silence in a way that no person could. Breath is the second part of the mechanics, to be exact. The long, slow breath, the kind of breath that makes the exhale last longer, that lets the body know that the predator is no longer in the area. That tells the nervous system that it is safe to use the gift. Most of the people who have been chosen walk around with shallow breaths which keep the body in a low-level state of alarm, and alarm doesn't help seeds grow. The Father made sure that the seed would grow in peace, trust, and safety. The second tip for tonight is to remember to slow your breath every so often. You can do these things. Wait in line at the store. Drive to a meeting. Lie down before checking your phone, or move from one room in your house to another. Take longer to breathe out than to breathe in. The seed will grow in different soil because of that one change. And getting soil is only half the work. Words that go together are the third part of the mechanics. Now more than ever, what you say to yourself when you're by yourself has power. The seed that has been activated hears everything you say about yourself. It keeps track of it. It goes back to it. Depending on it, it grows or shrinks. That's why you shouldn't even call yourself stupid in justice. In event, you can't say that you're broken. Even you can't call yourself behind even if you're angry. The Father wants you to be aware, and He's giving you permission to be kind to yourself when you're alone with your thoughts. Getting rid of consumption is the fourth part of the mechanics. What you see and hear is now feeding the seed that has been activated. For someone who is fully on, there is no longer any neutral content. The Dad isn't telling you to become very legalistic. He wants you to be smart enough to pay attention to how you feel after reading certain things or talking to certain people, and to make changes without feeling guilty, just with the aware calmness of someone who knows what they are taking care of. The fifth part of the mechanics is how good your closing hour is. The hour also before you go to sleep. This is when the activated seed gets its most important instructions for the night. It will process whatever you feed it in that last hour all night long. It will be carried by the dreams. It will be taken in by the intuition. It will be taken in by the body. Think about what you said in front of you during that hour. When you give the gift, it will follow your evening routines more than your morning ones. That is a secret the Dad wanted you to know before the season starts. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. These 5 rules about how things work are not religion. They are the kind of snorts, physics that every awakened life is based on spiritual physics. You will notice a difference in the first week after you start doing them. It will feel cleaner when you activate it. There will be a better signal. The flow will feel more stable. There will be more of the voice of your Father inside you. It will also feel quieter outside. This is how a steward gift sounds on the inside. And your Father is teaching you it tonight because He wants you to follow it for 40 years. But it's not just the mechanics that makes it work. Before the protection is complete, there is one more thing you need. No, for that one thing is the task. Why the seed was turned on now. Father did not wake you up for your own pleasure. Though pleasure will come. That's why this generation, this hour, and this Father made you. You will get better on your own. But He didn't make you heal right away. He didn't set you up to provide for yourself. Even though provision will come, He set you free because there are people who are dying in silence right now and they can't wait any longer. It's not your choice what to do. Then you are picked by the assignment. And as soon as you agree to the assignment, your whole life starts to change to fit the needs of the assignment. The task will be clear if something makes you cry when nothing else does. The task will be clear from what you can't scroll past. You'll know the assignment by the way other people are broken in a way that makes your chest grow instead of shrink. What you need to do will be clear from the conversations you can have without planning ahead. You will know what to do by the doors that open again and again. Even when you stop pushing on them, the task will be clear from the way the work makes you feel when you're almost afraid to start it. Pay close attention to all of those signs. They are the Father pointing to the work. They are the seed doing what it was meant to do. They are the gift that knows its own field. Do not think that the signs are just a coincidence. They prove something. That's what they say. Inviting people to come. For a moment, the Father will slow down this message because I want you to think about something. Put your hand on your chest. Put it down there. Take a look at what you are carrying, not the day, the bills, or the people who let you down. Pay attention to the real living thing. That's inside the cage of your ribs. The Dad wants you to really feel how heavy the gift is, not just act like you do. You know something is there because it's humming. It's awake and it's alive. It wasn't alive at this temperature 6 months ago. Hold that position for a while. Allow your body to understand what your mind has been trying to hide. The deposit is real. There is a real activation. There is a real frequency and you are the leader. Now slowly let go of your hand. And remember that as you read the rest of this message, what I say will have a different effect on you now that you've connected with what's inside you. From now on, teaching won't feel like teaching. There will be a sense of instruction. The message that your spirit has been waiting to hear. Father chose this very moment to tell you this through these words in this room at this time with this silence. Take it. Some people are seeing you change into this version of yourself, but don't know how to describe what they are seeing yet. There are some of them in your house. Some are at your place of work. There are people who only see you online but feel something about you that they can't put into words. There is no acting going on. They are getting signals from the seed that has been activated but they don't know what they are yet. So be kind to them no matter how they treat you this holiday season. Some people will lean in. Some will move away. Some people will say, some people will pray. Some people will get it wrong. Nothing they said is the whole story. Their responses are just the first waves of the message you're sending out into the field. Don't be shocked if old relationships change. Don't be shocked if new relationships pop up out of nowhere. When people you don't know tell you things they've never told anyone else. Don't be shocked. Kids will look at you longer than is socially acceptable. So don't be shocked. Don't be shocked if animals come to stay near you. All of these things happen when the chosen one is fully turned on and they are no longer sleeping. No matter if you are aware of it or not, the seed inside you is adjusting the atmosphere around you. That's why your dad is teaching you about intention tonight. So that the mood helps you with your work instead of getting in the way. You might be curious about how long the activation will last. How will my body change? Will my thoughts change? This is the honest answer your dad wants you to give. Since the system is still getting used to full activation, the intensity is highest in the first few months. Your body is getting used to a current that it has never experienced at this level. There will be rough seas. There will be times when you feel too much. There will be times when you want to lower the volume. You can't. It was time to flip the switch. You can stay stable, though. You can figure out how to use the OS. You can get into the groove. And after 3 months to a year of regular management, the system usually settles into a stable place where it works well. Be humble, patient, and trust that the pain is not damage, but growth this season, just like an athlete would during the first few weeks of training with a new coach. Fatigue is not the same as failing. The tiredness is building up. You are getting bigger. The depth of you is growing. You are getting better. Of course, your dad is proud of you more than you know how to handle. He's not waiting for you to do something. He likes seeing how much better you become. We're getting close to the part of the message the dad has been building up to since the first sentence. You should get ready, sit down, and lean in a little closer because what I'm about to say is the last part of the lesson. The part that changes information into something else. This is the last piece that connects heaven to your everyday life. And once it's said, you'll be sealed in your knowledge of what's inside you. You won't be able to take it back. You won't be able to take it back. You won't be able to take it back. It will be called something different. From now on, everything you do will be done under the new name. Its name means guardian of the seed. That's what you are now. Not just someone who believes or has a calling, but someone who has been chosen. You are in charge of a seed that has been turned on. The steward is in charge of keeping what is in their care safe, growing it, guiding it, making more of it, and letting it go. This is the job that your Father is giving you tonight. It shouldn't be seen as a burden, but as an honor, a weight, a robe, a sentence, or a station. You have been raised not only in title but also in duty, ability, power, and access. Everything changes because of the access. The person who takes care of a seed doesn't pray like a beggar. So you will change the way you pray. The steward prays as someone who works for the field's owner. The owner is the Father. The seed is what you own. You are in charge of this place. So the tone of the talks you have with your dad changes. They become more useful. You'll start hearing instructions instead of just how you feel. You will start getting plans instead of just comfort. You will start to understand why you are doing what you are doing. You will start getting information from him that he used to keep from you because he didn't think you were ready for it. Yet you'll worship in a different way now. Worship isn't as much of a show. The steward worships the same way they do in public and in private. The steward prays in the kitchen, the shower, and the car. As you worship, you become aware that the seed is breathing inside you and the Father is breathing through the seed. You will give in a different way. The person who takes care of a seed now knows that everything they have is safe. The cash, the time, the effort, the interest, and the favor. So being kind comes naturally. The steward does their job like a tree does. They do it without being asked or thanked. The giving makes the seed grow in ways that math alone could never do. You will rest in a different way. The steward now knows that rest is like maintenance. Rest is what lets the seed take in what the day put down. You will protect your sleep. You are going to keep the Sabbath safe. People who want to get together with you will be turned down. You will turn down chances that look good but won't feed the seed. And it will be easier than ever to say no. The way you talk will change now. Fewer and stronger words are used by the steward. The careless paragraphs are gone. The empty space gets smaller. There is no longer a need to win arguments. Your words will no longer fit their time. People will think of your quotes when they need to remember something. The records are kept by the Father. You will change how you move. Now the steward walks with cargo in mind. As you walk from room to room, you are no longer alone. You have something on you. You slow down. It's on purpose that you walk into rooms. How a steward holds their body gives it a certain of honor. Those that come from someone who knows they are not alone in their own skin. Since the seed is there, so is the Father and so is the cloud of witnesses. The assignment is being carried out step by step. Right now, I want to go over what I already said because the Dad wanted these tools to fit in naturally with the message. Not because you have to, but because the season you're walking into has weight, and carrying weight is easier when your body has supports. The first tool comes from the history of sound for meditation. The people who keep the chant alive and build stone rooms that bend frequency around the body are the architects who wake up what schooling shut down. A modern listener took a break from the usual research noise and looked for what the ancients had brought. The sound was found for today's ears. He put it back together again. The genius song is what he called it. 7 minutes. Closed eyes and headphones on. Hearing it once a day is like hearing the child you used to be all over again. The ancients protected the gamma frequency, which is made up of curiosity, wonder and unselfish joy. It can now be measured with modern tools. But the keepers knew it was there. Before there were instruments, and it makes the body of a chosen one feel like it's coming home. If you buy the Genius song today, you might be able to get an extra audio file on the page that follows. This is how the peace of mind of the child is kept safe after the first restoration. If your spirit says it's okay, take it. If not, the first one is fine. Forget about it. The first wave is about giving back. What had been silenced was brought back to life and the child inside the adult body woke up. The 7-minute audio is designed to support the body so that it can handle the activation without getting tired. It is not meant to replace prayer, the Bible, or your relationship with the Father. But restoration alone can only do so much because waking up the child mind is one thing. Another thing is letting the child receive. A lot of you will know this. You've already done it. You said a prayer. You skipped meals. You're bigger now. You have become softer. You're now open. Still, your hand doesn't quite know how to open. When the gifts of heaven are put out to you, in that hand, a different frequency is at work. A frequency that is muffled by the noise of modern life. People in the past knew it well. They changed the sound. It was hidden in a 9-word script. They kept going with it without stopping for 300 years. Someone listening now got out of the same noise that the first person got out of. This one though was looking for a different one. He found that the architecture had been kept alive by the Vedic tradition. For today's he put it back together again. He named it the sign of wealth. 5 minutes, headphones on, eyes closed, and the 9-word script. Read aloud every day. When your body hears it, it does something that you never had to learn as a child. Being able to trust and be sure of what the Father says because what the Father does. The sages of the Vedas tune to the alpha frequency. It can now be measured with modern tools. But the wise people knew it before there were instruments, and the chosen one's body reacts to it as if it were finally being told it was okay to receive. If you receive the wealth signal today, you may be given an extra audio amplification on the page that follows. This is how the receiving can go faster after the first opening. If your spirit says it's okay, take it. If not, the first one is fine. Forget about it. There are two different groups of sounds that make up these two. The Western contemplative tradition used monastic chant to protect the child's mind, and the Vedic tradition taught non-stop for 300 years to protect the receiving channel. Two traditions, two continents, two frequencies that have been kept alive, and a restoration sequence that people in the modern world had forgotten about. Become the child. Then give the child what you promised. That's the order. That's how the Father planned it. These first two tools are just containers that help your body remember what your spirit has known since the seed was buried in you. Today you can choose from three paths. Some chosen ones will only start with restoration. The genius song, because they need to wake up their inner child first. That is a well-known path. Some chosen ones will only start at the front desk. The wealth signal is given to them because their child mind is still alive and their next level of growth is receiving it. That path isn't common, but it does exist. Most of the chosen ones know that they belong together. These are both repairs. The whole sequence mind of child woke up. The channel for receiving opened the whole journey that the Father planned for restoration. That is the third way. It's the path that most people who find this teaching take, not just because it's the loudest. The Spirit knows that the sequence goes together because it has seen it before. Take a deep breath. Put your hand on your chest if it helps. This is not about setting prices. This is a path choice. There are three doors in front of you. In heaven, all three are praised. The one that is yours is known to your spirit. All three can be reached through the link in the comment below that has been pinned. Go through the door that says you don't let your mind change your mind about what your spirit already wants you to do. That's right. If for any reason any of these doesn't work for you within 90 days, you can get your money back in full and keep all the bonuses. That's how sure the people who keep these traditions alive are in the work itself. Snorts, you don't need to give them money. The containers are up for grabs. The Father is the one who wants you to be His steward. Let's go back to what your spirit came here for. The lesson is still going on. How things work is not the only thing that matters. You still have to decide who you are going to be after the activation is over. There is still the matter of how your life will go from now on. It's still time to close the deal. And the last part is what I want to talk about now, because every word up to this point has been getting ready for the seal. The seal is what makes the lesson last forever. So get yourself together again. This talk has been great for the dad. He has loved being with you in this room. He loved being heard. It was great to see him. He loved that you didn't scroll down. He was glad you stayed. He is glad you are still here. He wants to send you off from this message. Not entertained, but asked to do something. Not told but installed. Not urged on but crowned. All of those are different. This evening your Father will pick the deeper one for you. Please be quieter for a moment. Say the words more slowly. Be gentle with the body. If the eyes need to take a break, take longer to breathe, because what's coming next isn't for the outside of you. The next step is for the room where the seed has been growing. Tonight, the Father will go into that room to seal what He has been doing. There should be enough space for Him, just like there would be for a king who is finally coming home. Father, where the seed came from, who owns the field, and who keeps the time, just for a moment, we want to thank you for what you have done. You led this chosen one through pressures that were never happened by chance. You have made them bigger by losing things that were never an accident. Through silences that were never abandonment, you have made them feel better. You've trained them through seasons that didn't go to waste. And you turned on what you planted tonight. We do not think that is funny. We get it. We respect it. Thank you for that. We let go of the carelessness now. The careless agreements, words, friendships, commitments, habits, consumption, and self-talk. We let go of everything not out of shame. We let go of the part of ourselves that thought the gift was small when we are strong. We let go of the person who hid the gift to fit in. We let go of the version of ourselves that wasted the gift on rooms that didn't need it. We let go of the part of us that didn't believe in the gift. Even though heaven kept telling us it was real, we take away all the layers of doubt that have stuck to the deposit. We let it go. We let it go back to the dust it came from. We're done with it. And now we know who we are. We are in charge of a seed. We send and receive a frequency. As part of a task that began before we were born, we are now here. We are His children and are in charge of His property. We chose to be stationed at this time. We have everything we need to walk into what has been turned on. We're not behind. We're not behind schedule. We are not qualified enough right now. We are exactly where and who we are supposed to be. I promise you tonight that what's inside you won't come out. I say that the channel will stay open. I promise that the seed will be safe. I promise that the task will be done in the right order with the right people, in the right rooms, and at the right speed. I promise that you won't get tired. I promise that you won't fall down. I promise that you won't be caught off guard. I swear that the number of witnesses around you is growing. I declare that the angels who are in charge of the seed are having more children. I declare that the wisdom that is needed is being sent to you. I declare that the discernment that is needed is getting better. I promise that every careful thing you do will be respected. Every act of quiet leadership will be rewarded at the right time. Every hold will be lifted. Letting go happen. The dad is in charge of the time. Just stick to the little things that you do every day. You are a special person who is fully on. That's the new truth. You can't go back. Moving forward is all there is. And the Father will be with you through every chapter after this one. He's not going to leave the field. He's not going to leave the gift. He is not going to leave the steward. You are kept. You'll be okay. You have been given a job. You have been sent. One more thing before we end. This very moment. Your Father is making you think of someone. Someone you know. Someone who has been silent a lot lately. Someone who keeps something they can't name with them. Someone who seems fine on the outside, but you know something more important is going on. Someone has been hidden for so long that they think being hidden is who they are. This message needs to get to them tonight, says the Father. It's not because they agree with every word, but because there is one word in this teaching that was written just for them. You are the only one who knows who they are. That's why you should send this to them without any commentary, explanation, or pressure. Send it. Let the dad take care of the rest. Following through with what you say could be the answer to a prayer they forgot to say last week. This message may have brought clarity to confusion, peace to chaos, or language to something you had been carrying around without words. If it did, please let your gentle click of the like button be your amen without words. Also, stay close if your spirit knows this room's frequency. For the next stages of your activation, more messages are being written. The dad is still talking and you're no longer a part of the conversation. It's inside you. You're a part of it. You are adding your voice to it. The seed is open. The flow is going on. The captain is awake. The task is still alive. The dad is happy. And the next part is being written above your head already. Take this message's piece as your own. Take care with it. Rest of the night will go by calmly as if you had just heard your dad's voice. Don't forget that what's inside you is real. You are in charge of what's inside you. You should honor what's inside you. You can let go of what's inside you. You have more than enough for what comes next. It's locked up. It's done. Yes, you are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says give and heaven will open over you on this platform. Every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.